he got fired from his job, so he swore to kill his boss within 3 days. But out of nowhere the boss died that same day. Mike was completely freaked out, and stupidly pulled the knife out. Then he suddenly realized, now his fingerprints were all over the blade. Mike tried to stick the knife back in, but after fumbling around, he just couldn't bring himself to do it, so he went outside to get help. But when his coworkers saw him covered in blood holding a knife, they were scared out of their minds. Mike didn't even bother explaining, he just took off running. In the elevator everyone saw the blood. No one dared to breathe. Then the knife fell to the floor. A kind old man picked it up and handed it back to him. Mike reluctantly took it. Soon the police arrived. Mike knew there was no way to explain this, so he held his nose, pretended to have a nosebleed, and walked out like nothing happened. Just his luck, he ran right into the real killer crawling out of the vent.
It's not how it looks. Oh, what's the use?
The killer was stunned too. He quickly packed up and got ready to run. Mike thought carrying the murder weapon was too risky, so he found a bridge and tried to toss it, but the knife landed right on a patrol boat. What he didn't know was that the police already knew who the killer was. A hidden camera in the office had recorded the whole thing in detail, but Mike had no idea. He truly believed he was a wanted man, so every time he saw a cop he ran. He hid in a trash can for most of the day. He thought things had finally calmed down, but outside was swarming with police. He waited until they got off shift, then crawled out. Next he ran to an ATM, planning to withdraw some money to escape, but after punching in his PIN, he remembered ATMs have cameras. Panicked, he threw his ID and bank card in the trash, kept just $10. Meanwhile the real killer saw the police had released the surveillance footage. He was totally stunned, immediately called his employer demanding more money. The meetup spot was the Mexican border. Then he stole a Jeep and hit the road toward Mexico. But what he didn't expect was to run into Mike again on a bus. Mike kept staring at him. The killer got nervous, thought Mike was following him, so he sped off in a panic, not realizing Mike couldn't even see him clearly. On the other end, police were broadcasting on the radio, a stolen Jeep with flames on the side. Citizens were urged to keep an eye out. The killer had no choice but to ditch the car. Meanwhile, Mike just happened to stumble on the abandoned Jeep, so he drove it straight to a motel. While checking in, the motel owner noticed the Jeep and remembered it from the newspaper, the one wanted by police. So right after Mike left, he called the cops. Mike had just finished showering and saw the paper too. The Jeep he found in the woods this morning. The police knew about it by noon. In the next room, the killer was also freaking out. The car he dumped last night somehow showed up again. Just then the police arrived. Mike thought they were after him, so he wrapped himself in a towel and walked out calmly. He thought he was being super slick, not knowing the cops weren't even looking at him. But the motel owner didn't let it go. He insisted on pointing Mike out. Seeing he was about to be exposed, Mike quickly pointed behind him. The cops thought he was crazy, but the killer couldn't hold it in. He thought Mike was ratting him out, so he pulled a gun and opened fire. Mike saw his chance and ran for it. As the shots rang out behind him, he thought the police were shooting at him and figured, man, these guys can't aim for anything.